It's a place where the nation pays tribute to those who served it. Burial here, a privilege, a final honor. At Arlington National Cemetery, the flags fly at half-staff as the military carries out an average of 28 funerals a day, 5 days a week. This parcel of land is about 1 mile long and 1 mile wide. It lies next to the Pentagon, just across the Potomac River from D.C. At one time, it was a plantation. The step-grandson of George Washington owned the land back in the early 1800s. He built the Arlington House, a landmark that stands today. He passed down the estate to his son-in-law, the U.S. Army commander, Robert E. Lee. Lee, of course, would go on to become a general in the Confederate Army during the Civil War. After his surrender ended that conflict, the feds confiscated the land and turned it into a military graveyard. Today, the 3rd U.S. Infantry, the Old Guard as it's known, maintains a 24-hour vigil. Soldiers plant flags in front of each grave on Memorial Day, more than 300,000 of them. Among those who are eligible for burial here, active duty members of the armed forces, veterans who retired from active duty, those who've received awards such as the Medal of Honor, the Distinguished Service Medal, the Silver Star, or the Purple Heart. Any president or former president of the United States, and former active duty members of the armed forces who became public servants and served in high-profile positions. They were ambassadors, cabinet members, Supreme Court justices, congressmen and women, and as in Ted Kennedy's case, senators. While the identities of some are unknown, this is the final resting place for people from all parts of the country and all walks of life. Included here, 19 astronauts, among them those who died in the Challenger and Columbia disasters, the first African-American Justice Thurgood Marshall, and the former Chief Justice William Rehnquist. There are cultural icons as well, the author of the Maltese Falcon, the first Americans to visit the North Pole, the founder of the National Geographic Society, and the prosecutor who argued against teaching evolution in the Scopes monkey trial. Also here, Merriman Smith, the UPI wire service correspondent who broke the news of President Kennedy's assassination and coined the term grassy knoll. John F. Kennedy is one of 2 former presidents here, the other, William Howard Taft. JFK's wife, Jacqueline, wanted to bury him here, saying at the time that he belonged to the people. In New York, Shepard Smith, Fox News.